Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Emily. So in today's video, I am doing my July TBR, so I'm going to be going through all the books that I'm hoping to read during July. And I've only put 6 books on my physical TBR this month because I never really get to the books I put, so I thought if I put less, I might actually get to more of them. So I'm going to go through all of these 6 books that I'm hoping to read in July. But before I do that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video if you do enjoy it. Also, if you want to see all the books I read during June, go and watch that video. I posted that one last week. But with all of that being said, let's just get started. So the first book that I want to read during July is The Crown, which is the last book in the Selection series. I've said this so many times, but if you're not familiar with the Selection series, the first 3 books follow America, and America is going in this selection against 35 other girls to try to win the heart of Prince Maxon, but she has a lover from back home, so it's kind of like a little bit of a love triangle. And then the last 2 books follow someone else, but I don't want to really say anything without spoiling the first 3 books. But the girl in books 4 and 5 is having her own selection where 35 men are fighting for her. So I really liked all of these books so far. A couple of them I haven't enjoyed as much, but I feel like this one is going to be really good, and I'm really hoping it is because it is the one that's going to wrap the whole series up. And I'm honestly going to be sad to be leaving this world because I have really enjoyed all the books in this series. But yeah, that is the first book that I want to read during July. The next book I want to read during July is A Court of Mist and Fury, which is the second book in the ACOTAR series. ACOTAR had literally been on my TBR since it was first going viral on TikTok, and I only got to it in June, so it was very long overdue, but I'm very excited to continue this series. So if you're not familiar with this series, it follows Feyre, and in book 1 she kills this like magical wolf, and then a high fae lord comes and takes her to his like world with all these other faes. It follows their story, and I loved Tamlin in the first book, and I'm nervous to go into this one because apparently your opinion on him changes, and a lot of people say that this is the best book in the series, so I am scared. And it's a very long book, like I think it's like 600 pages, so we'll see if I actually get to it. But with the first book I listened to some as an audiobook, so maybe I'll do the same with this one if I'm struggling to get into it, but I feel like this is going to be a lot better than the first book. So that is the next book I wanted to read. The next book that I'm hoping to read in July is Daisy Hates, which is the book that comes after Magnolia Parks. So it is the second book in the series, and it follows Daisy Hates rather than Magnolia, and I am so excited for this book because I also put off Magnolia Parks for a long time and I loved it. It literally gave Gossip Girl vibes like a lot of people say, so I'm very excited to go into this one. So Daisy is the daughter of a gang lord, and she's getting with one of the boys that was in the Magnolia Parks book. It's a little bit confusing without reading the first book, but I am very, very excited to continue this series, so I'm definitely going to be getting to this book at some point. That is 3 books done already, and I've got another 3 to go. So the next book is Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. So this is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaires series. So I read the fine print some point last year, and I did really enjoy that book. So pretty much these books follow 3 brothers, and at the start of the fine print I think their grandfather dies and he gives them each like a mission. And in the first book I think his mission was to revamp this like dreamland. It was kind of like Disneyland, like a theme park, so he had to like do all of that, and then there was a love interest and she helped him and all of that. So the second book, which is Terms and Conditions, follows Declan, and it says at the back that his grandfather's wish was that he would get married and have an heir, but he's also wanting to become the CEO of his family's like company. So I hope I explained that well because it's kind of really hard to explain, but I am really excited to continue this series as well. I love the way Lauren Asher writes. I definitely need to read more of her books, so I'm very excited to go into this one as well. I've literally said that for every single book, but it's fine. The second to last book that I'm hoping to read in July is Restore Me, which is the 4th book in the Shatter Me series. So if you're not familiar with the whole Shatter Me series, it follows Juliet, and her touch is lethal until she meets 2 boys who she can touch without like killing them. And I can't really talk about it too much without spoiling anything, but the 4th book is still following Juliet obviously, and it just continues her story with the re-establishment and everything like that. But you need to really read the rest of the series so I don't spoil anything. And the last book that I'm hoping to read in July, which I also put on my June TBR, is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. So this is the first book in the Crowns of Nyxia series, and I am so excited to jump into this as well. So it's about vampires, and people have compared it to like the Hunger Games, where they go into this fight where they have to kill each other. And I have just heard amazing things about this book from so many people, and I've seen so many reviews about it. And of course I'm always late to the train, and I'm always late to jumping into these really popular books. So I feel like once I see a lot of people's reviews and how much they've loved a book, it just makes me want to read it even more. So I'm hoping to get to this during July, but again, it is a really thick one and my work is starting up again and so is my uni, so I don't know how much time I'm gonna have, but I am really hoping to get to some of these books, or at least most of them, during July, because these are the books that are on my radar at the moment. But we'll see how many of them I actually get to. So that was really quick and easy for me to film. It's literally taken me like less than 15 minutes to film this, and I feel like I'm going to edit it down and it's going to literally be like a 5-minute video, but we'll see. So I'm just going to quickly go through the books again. So we have A Court of Mist and Fury, The Crown, Restore Me, Terms and Conditions, Daisy Hates, and The Serpent and the Wings of Night. So they are the 6 books that I'm really hoping I get to during July. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below of a book that you're the most excited for to read during July, because I'd love to know what books are on your radars as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!